Hi, welcome to the Scott Combs VoiceOvers podcast, helping you start and grow your online voiceover business. I'm Scott. Joanne asked, do you need an agent? Well, yeah, but not right now. Here's why. First, you need a place to get knocked around a bit without damaging your reputation. And I have a couple of recommendations on this particular one. Let's head over to the laptop. Fiverr is a really good one. You're going to do jobs inexpensively here, $5 and up. I've done jobs for $50, for $100. I've done some jobs that are much larger on Fiverr, but I don't know if I'm unusual or not. I have read about voiceover actors getting good gigs at Fiverr. I should say voiceover artists, not so much on the acting side, but announcers, people getting corporate work, things like this, and doing pretty well on Fiverr. The other one I think is a good place for beginners is People Per Hour. And these prices range wildly. By the way, I will put all the links for these two things down in the description below. But People Per Hour has jobs from about as low as Fiverr on up. And there's some very good paying jobs on there. And it's a great place to just sort of begin honing your craft. Now, as an aside, it's a good idea to have a PayPal account before you start signing up for these things. A PayPal or some account like it. I like PayPal because it's ubiquitous. It's also everywhere. And just about everybody can interface with PayPal, and PayPal is making itself easier and easier to work with. So when I get a call out of Spain or the Netherlands or Argentina, it will do all of the currency conversion for me and I get paid, and it works out great. I put the PayPal account under my business name. And I think it's a good idea to have a business name for your voiceover work, because that way you can sort of watch the taxes and other things that go on around that. So I think it's really a good idea. Something else to know is a lot of VO websites, and this is really important. VO, by the way, is shorthand for voiceover. A lot of VO websites and agents will not work with you if you have an active Fiverr account. So you're going to use Fiverr to get started and to get some of your earliest paying gigs, but then you're going to let it go by the wayside. Nobody said anything about People Per Hour to me, and I'm getting on some of the other websites that I'm signed up with, I'm getting business on a pretty regular basis, so that's working out pretty well for me. In the early days, I had a lot of agents asking to sign me. Every time I talked with one of them, I felt a bit uneasy. They were asking for exclusive representation with no guarantee of return for me. Now, think about this. They had large rosters, which meant I was exclusively tied to them, but they weren't exclusively tied to me. They were selling other people as well, and they sort of didn't care who they sold as long as they made a sale. Plus, these folks were also active voice artists. So I'd be competing against a sizable roster and my agent, which seemed counterproductive to me. So what did I do? I learned how to be my own agent. I met Susan Berkeley from the Great Voice Company at a radio seminar in Chicago, Illinois, more than 30 years ago. And I bought her course called, are you ready for this? How to Make Big Money in Voiceovers. Within 18 months of employing her concepts, I was a full-time voiceover artist. And I still use her method today with a few significant modifications for the internet age. Now, the first agent I ever signed with was the wonderful and marvelous Jeanette Poole of the Talent Pool Agency. I was with Jeanette for more than 20 years before she closed her doors. Now, what was interesting is that Jeanette was a talent, but she would never sell herself because that was a conflict of interest between her doing the job and getting the commission, or her getting the commission for getting everybody else work. And I prized that in Jeanette. And she was honest. She was thoughtful and straightforward. She never told me a lie. She never messed with me, and she was very helpful. Unfortunately, she closed her doors, I think about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And, I had to kind of go out looking around to see what was going on. I now have 4 agents because times have changed. And I'm likely going to have a few more. Here's why. They cover different territories. I'm with the Idiom Talent Agency, which covers national, international, and the international is mostly Asia. And I like that. I'm with Hoffman International, and they cover roughly Kansas and Missouri for me. I'm with Heyman Talent. They cover Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. I also have a couple of agents I'm not signed with, but that send me work from Spain and the Netherlands. So I've got those folks as well, but I can't count them as agents. I'm not signed with them at all. Plus, I have right now 18 voiceover websites that are de facto agents. Mostly clients come in and they pick from a roster of voices. If they're interested in me, they'll contact me. We may have to do a negotiation. The prices may be set by the website. Either way, I just work with them. And I get plenty of work out of those as well. Now, it's possible that the same client could be contacting a number of these locations, and conflicts are a given these days. Everyone accepts that. You have to treat everyone fairly. For me, the way I do it, and I'm explicit with everybody I talk to, it's first come, first served. And everybody is happy with that. So the first contact I get from a client, that's who I'm working through. And you have to maintain that. Now, if you want to know more about having an online voice artist business, check out the rest of the channel or the videos on screen now. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.